Hello everybody and welcome back to the San Francisco Giants franchise. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another monthly update, and today we are looking at the month of June. For the San Francisco Giants, they still have 2 games to go, one hosting Colorado. They have an off day, and then they play a 3-game set against the Pittsburgh Pirates in PNC Park. So, one home, one away to end the month, but currently, right now, how are they looking for the month? Well, they're not doing too great. 31-49. You see a lot of wins, you see a lot of losses. We're going to break the month down. It started with the Phillies, the Brewers, and the Twins. We swept the Phillies. We split the Brewers series, and we won the Minnesota series. Granted, we should have swept them. That 3-2 loss. We'll take a look at the box score here. Eduardo Nunez playing third base. Minnesota scored 1 run. They tied it up in the 9th. And then the game-winning run, Eduardo Nunez. All you had to do was field a fly ball, right? Routine can of corn. No. He backs off because the umpire was in the way. This was on the foul line, mind you. The umpire at the very last second backs off. Nunez, nowhere to go, he had nothing to do wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. The umpire was in the wrong. He got in Nunez's way. Player is always triumph over umpire in these situations. Nunez, waiting for the umpire to move that did not move until the final second, had to come on the ball late. It dropped in front of Nunez. Minnesota tied it up. Next batter, Dozier. Bang! Home run. Game over. Minnesota wins. From there, we had a interleague series against Kansas City. Then Colorado, we won that series 3-1. And then the Braves and Mets. And now the Rockies. We go to Atlanta, right? SunTrust Park. We have Cueto, we have Matt Moore, we have Kane, we have Bumgarner, right? It should be good to go. Samardzija too, sorry. No, not how things went. 8-0 loss against the Braves with Cueto. 2-0 loss with Samardzija. 3-0 loss with Matt Moore. 6-3 loss with Matt Kane. We end up getting swept by the Braves. And then to return home, we come back. We beat the Mets with Bumgarner. It was a very, very good game. Matt Harvey, the Dark Knight, and Madison Bumgarner. You guys saw that for the last video of this Giants franchise. And then we ended up losing to the Mets with Cueto, and Samardzija ended up taking the L as well. But we came back with Matt Moore. We scored 2 runs, and we took Game 1 of the Rockies series. Game 2, 9-0. Harry Bird came in for Matt Kane, who was on the bullpen. Since then, Kane has returned to the starting lineup. We're still looking at a 5th player option for our rotation. And hopefully we can win these final 2 games. The NL West standings and the standings all around. The Dodgers currently lead the NL West. They are 15-30, 20 up on 500. The D-backs are 16 up on 500, 47-31. We sit 3rd in sole possession. Might seem shocking. Granted, we're 18 below 500, but we were charging. It started with the month against the Phillies, Brewers, and Twins. We've come a long way from where we were. We haven't touched 20 games below 500. I don't want to start that now, but we're currently 3rd. The Rockies are 4th, so a big game series finale against them, and then it's on to Pittsburgh, Detroit, Miami, and then we have the All-Star break. Padres are dead last. So if we take a look at all the NL and AL standings, we start with the NL East. The Nationals currently lead that over the Mets by 2 games. The Cubs 2.5 over Pittsburgh, so we can determine Pittsburgh's first half fate. The NL West we already covered, and in the NL wildcard, the D-backs and Mets have those 2 spots. Pirates, Cardinals are in grabbing distance. So the Giants, they sit 3rd worst in the NL West. Go figure, the last 2 teams behind them are both from the NL West as well, the Rockies and Padres. We're getting beat out by Philly, we're getting beat out by Atlanta, we're getting beat out by Cincinnati. It's not good. We have to turn this around. In the AL, the American League East, Toronto, 3 games up on Boston. AL Central, very tight-knit. Tigers, Indians, big game series against them. The Detroit Tigers before the All-Star break. And then in the AL West, the Astros lead the Angels and Mariners. In the AL wildcard, Indians, Red Sox. The top 2 teams, if they're not in the playoffs, they deserve it. So far, teams you expect to be in the playoffs, maybe except for us, are not. Let's take a look at some top prospects so far. Gavin Cecchini, or Cecchini, however you want to say, for the Mets. He is in AAA right now. He is the MLB pipeline #1 top prospect. The top prospect for the San Francisco Giants, Jimmy Guzman. So far, he is 2-2 in AA ball. Besides him, the Giants have another guy. He might not still be in here, but if he is, we will find him. He is not, actually, yes he is. There he is right there. Chris Stratton, AA. He is 4-4. So, top prospects for the Giants, especially in starting pitching rules. They haven't been lights out, shut down, stellar, but they have done their part. So, we're going to take a look at some statistics for the Giants. We're only going to take a look at the Giants and then the league leaders. Brandon Belt, he leads in runs scored with 36, then Crawford and Eduardo Nunez with 26 and 25. Hit leaders for the season: Brandon Belt, 68, Brandon Crawford, the B&B brothers. I wanted to say something else, I don't know why. And then Eduardo Nunez, 71 hits. Home runs: Brandon Belt, 25, Crawford, 11. Ruggiano, 2, Williamson also there, and J-Roll has 2 as well. RBIs, Brandon Belt basically leads everything for the Giants. Crawford 2nd, Williamson 3rd, Posey 4th. He's come up. His average is 2.188. Remember, he was batting 120 and below when the season started. Stolen base leader, that belongs to Nunez. Pence with 5, Span with 3. Our rookie that we called up from AAA, Scott Macias, has 1. Jimmy Rollins has 1 as well. Average leader, Eduardo Nunez, then Brandon Belt, Ruggiano, Pence, and Crawford. Slugging percentage, Brandon Belt gets out with the 25 home runs and 51 RBIs with a 514. Walks, drawn, Hunter Pence and Eduardo Nunez tied for first at 17 apiece. Crawford 13, Pence 13, Belt 11, and Span and Posey with Ruggiano have 10. Strikeout leaders on this team. You don't like this number to be high, but I guess it's okay if it is for some guys. Belt has 64 of those, Crawford 53, Williamson 50, Ruggiano 41, Pence 28. Double leader, Brandon Crawford and Justin Ruggiano with 8 apiece. Triple leader, Crawford and Nunez with 2. And then total bases, Belt and Crawford lead the way there. So now it's time to look at league leaders. We're going to be taking a look at both conferences today, and we're doing the top 3 in each. So the NL batting leader, Zobrist for the Cubs, leads the way with Ryan Braun and A.J. Pollock. Hit leaders, Pollock, Murphy, John Jay. At bats, Starling Marte, Jesus Aguilar, and John Jay. Doubles, A.J. Pollock, Will Myers, and Paul Goldschmidt. So the NL West sweeping that category. Triple leaders, Starling Marte, Ryan Braun, Jose Peraza, who is on the DL right now. So Adam Eaton is 3rd. Home runs, Belt leads the NL home runs. Bryant Murphy behind him. RBIs, Belt tied with Ryan Braun at the front. Chris Bryant and Daniel Murphy. So Belt 2 for 3 in the Triple Crown category. If you can get that average up, we may see a Giant holding the Triple Crown award at the end of the year. Runs scored, Justin Turner, Daniel Murphy, Corey Seager. Stolen bases, D. Gordon, Billy Hamilton, and Starling Marte. Base on balls, Paul Goldschmidt, Yasmani Grindal, and Matt Carpenter. On base percentage, Zobrist, Freddie Freeman, and Ryan Braun. Slugging percentage, Braun, Freeman, Murphy. Win leaders, now we're inside the pitching side of things. Tyler Anderson, Noah Syndergaard, Lance Lynn. Loss leaders, Dan Straley, Jimmy Nelson, Kente Maeda. Saves, Fernando Rodney, 27 so far, leads away. Kenley Jansen, then Wade Davis. ERA, Dan Straley, Jeff Samardzija, and Tanner Rourke. Home runs allowed, Wei Chen with 3, Homer Bailey and Joe Ross with 4. Shutouts, Jared Eichhoff, Steven Matz, and Lance Lynn all with 2. Strikeout leaders, Cueto, Moore, Bumgarner, and Samardzija, the first 4 of the Giants. Complete games, Kershaw, Lester, Eichhoff. Innings pitched, Kershaw, Bumgarner, Cueto. Walks allowed, Samardzija, Moore, Cueto. With hitters in scoring position or the whip, Bumgarner, Cueto, Samardzija. Pitching more, again, I still don't know this, I'm not recognized to it. Kershaw, Bumgarner, Cueto. Batting war, Pollock, Ryan Braun, Yasmani Grandal. And now for the AL. Batting average, Mookie Betts, Nori Aoki, and Miguel Cabrera. Hit leaders, Lindor, Cabrera, Betts. At bats, Lindor, Dickerson, Pedroia. Doubles, Trout, Lindor, Brantley. Triples, Betts, Altuve, Simeon. Home runs, Machado, Trout, Betts. RBIs, Trout, Pujols, Betts. It's really just the same 3 if you're catching along here. Runs, Donaldson, Trout, Lindor. Stolen bases, Rajai Davis, Ben Revere, and Jerron Dyson. Walks, Mike Trout, Miguel Sano, Carlos Correa. On base percentage, Trout, Santana, Donaldson. Slugging percentage, Betts, Trout, Machado. OPS, on base plus slugging, Trout, Betts, Donaldson. Win leaders, Verlander, Estrada, Jordan Zimmerman. Losses, Logan Verrat, Marco Estrada, Jason Hamill. Saves, Aroldis Chapman, Glenn Perkins, and Zach Britton. ERA, David Price, Justin Verlander, Marco Estrada. Home runs allowed, Daniel Magden, Justin Verlander, and Drew Pomeranz. Shutouts, Price, Verlander, Estrada. Strikeouts, Yu Darvish, Corey Kluber, and Chris Sale. Complete games, Price, Verlander, Keuchel. Innings pitched, we really don't care about. Whip, David Price, Rick Porcello, Justin Verlander. Pitching war, David Price, Justin Verlander, Corey Kluber. And batting war, Trout, Machado, Donaldson. That was a lot to cover. Award leaders so far, All-Star voting, we are about 2 weeks out of that. Bumgarner, Syndergaard, Samardzija, your top 3 for the NL and pitching. For starters, AL will go to Verlander, Price, and Keuchel. As of right now, things can change. Relievers in the NL, Liberatore, Storin, and Derek Law. For AL, Scribner, Dole, and Nate Jones. Closing pitcher, AL, Zach Britton, Glenn Perkins. NL, Sean Kelly, Kenley Jansen. Catcher, NL, JT Realmuto, Yadier Molina. AL, Salvador Perez, and Gaddis. First base, Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera. AL, NL, Paul Goldschmidt, Freddie Freeman, with Brandon Belt in third. Second base, Kinsler, Altuve, Cano. AL, NL, Murphy, Drury, Phillips. Hot corner to third base, Chris Bryant, Turner, and Rendon. AL, Machado, Donaldson, Ramirez. Shortstop, NL, Corey Seager, Demas Diaz, Zach Kozar, Francisco Lindor, Carlos Correa, and Shin Segura. AL. Outfield, we're going to cover this very shortly. Brantley, Dickerson, Trout, Springer, Betts, Bautista. AL. Now outfield for NL, Harper, Kemp, Pollock, Herrera for the Phillies, and Brian Braun and Randall Grisham. Guys, that is the monthly update so far for the San Francisco Giants franchise and everybody else if you were interested. Guys, the Giants will be looking to turn it around in the second half of the MLB season for 2017. They still have Detroit, Miami, and Pittsburgh to go, and they have one game against Colorado. Second half of kickoff against division San Diego, Cleveland, and then San Diego again, Pittsburgh, Dodgers. That rounds out July. Next monthly update, we will see you maybe before the Dodger series or after the Dodger series, right before the Great Bay Bridge series. Oakland, San Francisco should be a lot of fun. We have a lot of games though before then down the road. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all later. Take care and have a good